Oh my goodness. Whoa. Right away. What the heck is going on? MC with a big ol' raid! A party of 40? Guys, welcome. Oh, that was like October of 2020. That was a long time ago. Guys, everybody welcome. Meepergon. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I'm gonna refund Sinvec from 3 days ago. He had a vinyl choice, but How Good Our Keyboards put on that Claro. And by the way, we got Andy here, my co-host.
I'm not here.
All right. So that was a long time ago. Okay, sorry, I'm just like still in the mode of getting started on my stream. I didn't anticipate this. Okay, so we got a few things here. Epsy, let us know what you were up to. I literally have just started stream here, and I appreciate you bringing everybody in. I'm hoping that everyone can hear my sound levels are okay. I hope. But I guess we're gonna throw some Claro on after I refund Sinvec. Forgot to do that a little while back. Let's see. Reject. Okay. Sinvec's been refunded. All right, we're going to do some Claro. Redid my Romeo. Right on. Right on. Okay. Let's pull out the Claro here. All right, we have a couple of Claros. We have Immunity and Diary 001. How Good Our Keyboards? Let us know which one you want. Let me grab both of them. Diary 001. Where is that? Is this it? Nope. Here it is. Both of them are still sealed, aren't they? Levels are good. Okay. Let's see. Fix a bug where the sources could show up in the mixer even when those sources weren't active. Wait, so that do they consider that a bug? I guess they consider that a bug. Sources could show up in the mixer while using studio mode even when those sources weren't active. Whoa. Hold up. Wait a second. Oh, who was that? Hesso Yamix S. I probably pronounced that all wrong. Well, thank you for the follow. Yes, the giveaway, as usual. All Hex has sent over a number of artisans here, and it's your choice. Your choice of All Hex sponsored artisans when we near the end of stream. Okay, so something that I've come to realize is the audio input capture, as I've switched from just completely oh, interesting. Okay, I don't know what I did, but I think we're back and good now. Weird. All right, I think we're good. I don't think I did anything other than change scenes back and forth. But all right, guys, thank you for being patient. Appreciate everyone who's in here tonight. I know we've gotten a little bit here, but I appreciate the big raid earlier from Epsy. Y'all still might be out there. Appreciate you being here. We are gonna do a few things tonight. We got some vinyl playing. Thrash and Tony, thank you for the follow. We're gonna be listening to some vinyl tonight and lubing some switches. I hope y'all are cool with that. Oh my goodness, these these alert sounds are kind of late. All right, so I'll put that on the side there. Okay, let's begin. I need to gather all my stuff. I have all this stuff here at the moment. That. Need a couple brushes. Oh, Peter Poppins, welcome. Also, I did see that. We had a package to open, didn't we? All right. Very cool. All right. This is really cool because, well, you'll find out. One package tonight for anyone who's just tuning in. I usually save all my packages from stream days. Got just one tonight. Now, what's really cool about this? Ooh. Oh, this is interesting. Hold up. Wait a second. There's many interesting things about this. Before I show it off, I think I need to figure out what it is I'm looking at. Wait a second. Wait a damn second here. Okay. I need to show this box that I gotta be really careful to not dox myself or anybody, but alright. We got a couple of interesting things that make this desk mat somewhat appropriate, don't we? We got a couple broke caps, guys. Oh. Ew, interesting. Couple of these in, actually all three of them in topiary. Just remember seeing it. I didn't really remember what it was I bought. I saw it. I was like, hey, I gotta get in. So the top one appears to be now what the guy called it was a bro caps like brobot plus function bundled kit that are protos, royal blue protos. So this is from like a long time ago. Yeah, meanwhile this bottom one is another pink one, another bro cap. It's like a powder puff pink as well. So pretty cool, I think, as far as I can tell. I hope they're real. You guys think they're real? Now what's really interesting is I open up this box, right, and I'm trying really hard not to dox myself, but look, this guy's box had some art in it. I haven't seen this. Pretty cool, right? What do you guys think? Are they real? I don't have any verification cards, but what I do know is that the verification cards only came in like it came in like the bro caps, like the bro bots, and I think even these like these sort of gridded function keys, they preceded their like verification cards. Yeah, so pretty old. I got it off of someone on Mech Market. I'll message you the name, but what just as I look at it, the guy had like some pretty interesting old stuff. You could probably find it if you just look up Mech Market, if the guy hasn't taken his post down. So, all right, let's get started. Yeah, the really old stuff won't. I remember, I think I got in on the first Brobot or Brocaps drop that had verification cards, which was like the War Torn / Defender series, one of those two. So we're just gonna go in on it. What I like doing is I'll take all these guys and then I'll lube the rails and the leaves. Before I put all these on. I think this is a little bit better than putting this, like mounting it to a station and then trying to lube them while they're on the station. I think like you end up getting this situation where if you do that, like I guess in some ways it's a little bit easier because it's kind of like holding a violin almost. But the thing is that it's hard to just like, keep your brain straight and know which ones you've already done. Oh my goodness. I found the post. Missed some goodies. Did I take these from you? My bad. I know that there was like a powder, I think he had the powder puff like blue or whatever. That light blue one. The Clack Skull. I did see what was it? I forget what color it was. Do you know? I think he had a candy corn blink, right? Mints? Ah, Mints. Was it? I'm guessing Topre. I actually have that one. Hit the candy corn. The candy corn was interesting, like / amusing / it's pretty like incredible. Like I don't know, just in terms of like I guess the technicality of producing but at the same time I also understand because I'm just like, what would this really match with, Oh, guys, Ada's here. So yeah, I was debating on that, not really. I was debating on that candy corn blank, but I looked at it and I just thought like, this is a lot. Like, it's tough because like even like some of the not as like quote unquote rare like clack skulls and other basically any clack out there, like it's hard to like, I don't want to say it's hard to move, but it's hard to like, you know, find out how to reasonably like move them. Frank, welcome. Wrong box, I'm supposing. But all good. Hey, shouts out Frank. Shouts out everybody in here. How's it going? I'm chilling. Lube Blue? Whoever sells a Tilbury Skull next just needs to move it to me. Zaku, yes. We got zaku switches. Okay, here's a question while everyone's here. Should I film these? Should I add Desky's film to them? Kind of one of the reasons why I didn't do this off stream was because I knew that I could get this this advice from others that I should, whether or not I should actually put films in them. If you add film sound changes, no films required. Film is not required. I recognize it's pretty tight, but yeah, I would like it to have like a different sound, like the sound I'm more typically used to. But I get a little bit worried about like whether or not I should or shouldn't add film, because I'm worried about like it, you know, potentially having issues actually fully closing, as well as potential issues with binding. Honestly, most switches don't need films nowadays in my experience. Check one in and have a listen. I think the weird thing though is just like, again, this whole potential, like it could work in one, but then it might not work in another, of whether it can even fully close properly and whether it can whether it's gonna bind or not. Most modern switches don't need, I get it, but I don't know. If I can, I will, even if they make things way, way harder. But if it's not a good idea, I would like to know in advance. Okay, so maybe I correct my question. Not do I need to film these, but is it possible for me to film these with no issues, is what I'm asking. By the way, I built my Balder 60 today. Pretty good board, love typing on it. It's nice. I threw in the Aqua Kings, and I threw like in some, you know, what was it? I think they were Kinetic Labs symmetric springs, pretty heavy and long, and I really liked it. I really, really liked it. Send me a zaku with Desky's film. Okay, so it is possible to do so without issues. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it. Was that that was all of Diary 001? Wow. All right. Well, there you go. All right. If anyone, Epsy. I don't know if Epsy's still around. I always forget to say this because it's still pretty new. But if you're still around, raids get a choice of vinyl without having to redeem channel points. But until someone else redeems, I'm gonna throw in our regularly scheduled playlist here. Sounds insane. All right, all right. I missed most of the record because my sister called me. You got any Run the Jewels? I do not. I don't have any Run the Jewels. If anyone's got points, feel free to spend them. I did just place an order. Was it yesterday or earlier today? I don't even remember, but Faye Webster is putting out like an album in October, so I put my pre-order in for that. But yeah, anybody out there wanna redeem? Feel free. I'm cashed the fuck up. Anyway, you want a record? Did I hear RTG? I don't have Run the Jewels. Sorry, guys. My apologies. But welcome, Kerball. Welcome, everybody. Let's tune in some switches tonight. We'll see how far we get. I'd love the prospect of finishing. But knowing me, I might not. Oh my goodness. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm getting paged right now. Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna go on mute. You may have seen that, I don't know if you had the angle on my phone, but I I have PagerDuty in my phone, and it asked for a last name, and I put in Johnson. Okay, so bear with me here. I'm gonna try to figure out what it is I gotta do. This lubing stream has now turned, or is briefly transforming into a co-working stream. I hope you guys are okay with that. Let's edit the the title to reflect that. I have a long ass title. By the way, guys, we're almost at 900 follows. So go and tell your friends, and then we'll put out a legitimate giveaway once we hit it, or the stream after we hit it. All right. Oh, Kerball, thank you for the follow. Let's see. I was Gianna asking about something, and he told me they're in my order. I'm so stoked. Ooh. Putting sockets in PCBs. Oh my god, you guys creamsicle switches, eh? Oh my goodness. All right. Kerbal wasn't followed. Taping now Milmax sockets for next week's stream. Oh. Not, oh my goodness. Alright. By the way, guys, for anyone just tuning in, I am partially co-working here, so I apologize in advance if I may not seem so responsive. I have just gotten paged. Oh my god, all the alts. You're gonna get me in trouble, aren't you? Four PCBs to Millimax? Oh my goodness. Hmm. Hmm. Use a CEM PCB before? I have not. How can we contribute to future vinyl pickups? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Let me think. I got to think about that. If you guys wanted, if you want to gift me vinyls or something, I got to figure out how to do that. Or gift me, like, contribute towards vinyl purchases. I got to find out. Let me think here. I think this is kind of a wrist rest using the top portion of this lube station. Two frogs, two sets, 75. So either you own two frogs or two sets. Ugh. Can we help? Are you on call for app support or something? I am. I'm just not sure how much I can disclose. So, the work is private, but I mean, I guess if you can read what I'm typing, then, like, I don't know, it becomes a little less private, right? Hmm. Analyze those keystrokes, boys. Hmm. If there's any downtime, I request a switch to a Type S if you need to be typing a bunch. You find this annoying here? Do you have a SAT75 plate file by any chance? I do not. I'm sure there's probably something you could dig up from, I'm guessing, Canon keys or something? I don't know. Genius bar, have you tried turning it off and then back on? Well, my first choice would be to find someone else to do this. That's actually my first choice. They're smart enough to hire Chris on call. I think they need more IT help. Oh, I think I'm getting this. Blumbiz, what's going on? Welcome. Not to be annoying, but no such thing as a bad time for Topre. It's true. It's just my only Type S is the heavy grill, which is like all the way over there. You're the streamer that I make. The chat asks you for stuff they are completely capable of and expect you to do the work. Cert expired. It's a cert. You know how good are keyboards? I'm getting that feeling, but I'm also like the problem is that like anytime I feel like I get a feeling it's a cert expired issue. It's like, I mean, I have no control over this yet. The pages still come to me. So ask again, do you have the SAT75 plate by any chance? Alright, hold on. Let's find it. I'm gonna find this for you. I need to find the Canon Keys Discord. Any plate files available? Alright, I see on the 17th of March, someone asked, are there plate files for SAT75 plates? On the Canon Keys Discord. Is there like a SAT75? Is there a SAT75 channel? It doesn't seem like it. Okay, maybe it's on Canon Keys site. I bet it's on Canon Keys site, huh? Help. Docs. Satisfaction 75. Oh yeah, here's what I found. Check this out. They have all of these plate files in DXF, and then you get to Satisfaction 75 R2 plate files. Please email support with your intended use. So here you go. Also, while you're looking, yeah, no, I'm just like waiting to see if anyone will actually come on. I intend to make a plate. Whoa, hold on, I didn't do anything. Nothing has changed on my end, and everything seems to be fine again. Interesting. Let's see. All right. Looks like our work is done. The problem fixed itself and I did nothing. Good job, everybody. Okay, well, I guess it's time to go back and loop some switches. You still better get paid for that. Yep. End stream in time for marbles? Ooh. Mission accomplished. I want to at least get past the spring phase. I brush lube all my springs, and I at least want to finish that. So I gotta do this, I gotta put the films down, and then I gotta do all this. You have flat daily rate, weekly rate, just paid for callouts. It's complicated. How much do I want to disclose? It's oh man. I don't know how much I should be disclosing publicly live here on stream about the situation. Don't? Okay. None. All right. Good idea. What is this thing at all hexa sent here? So good. So good. Please keep your wizard-like secrets. Okay. All right. I will do that. By the way, guys, I just gotta say this for the 100% chance that everyone here is in this scenario. For anyone going to Coachella, for anyone who is at Coachella right now, or will be going in the next 12 hours, my brother has the opening set at the outdoor theater. And then he has a couple of night sets through both weekends at the Turn Down Tent and Silent Disco. So check him out. His name is Yimbo. He streams on Twitch. He hasn't streamed in a while though. But I gotta give my plug. Do I like funk? Like I don't like, how do I put this? Yes. I like kind of most anything. It's just a matter of how much I know about it. Ho ho! Christ of the First. My favorite human friend. Thrash and Tony, do you like MT3 keycaps? I've never tried them. I've heard they were good, but I've never tried. Can someone ban specifically mods? I need a non-mod to ban. Where's my sword? I need another. I need to make more badges. Will a badge suffice? Like a new badge suffice? It's kind of almost like it's almost kind of like being a mod. I like my stream being completely self-sufficient. And then watch this, like it becomes like a huge problem as soon as I say that. Ban? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Everyone's just able to ban each other. I make the command so that everyone bans. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll appease you guys here. Yeah. Make a sword sub badge. Ooh, that's a good one. Actually, make a badge that looks like a mod icon. That's so genius. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Everyone like tries it out. Ban redeem. Ooh. Channel points, random ban. Ooh. I like that. Ooh. You can use the Nightbot raffle thing to pick a random person in chat. Ooh. Marbles winner gets to be banned. Chevrolet Dream where you can end stream. I've seen that before. I actually find that to be like, you know, as funny as that sounds, I think that's just like really awkward. Ooh, okay, we got BC Boys. All right. Let's do it. Just gotta find it. All right, let me tidy this up. Let's go. Worth the 4K. Ooh. So you guys are happy with this, huh? Alright, I gotta locate it, so bear with me. Oh, here we go. What y'all think? Let's get in on this, yeah? Claim / reroll ban. Oh, if y'all want to see the inserts. Wait, what the? This is, wait, hold on, I'm confused here. This is a sleeve, but then this is a blank sleeve. Alright, cool. Oh, ban text. Oh, that's how you do it. prevent portal purgatory. Alright, so 1 disc, I guess? Let's do this. Alright. Ban everyone that doesn't vote 35. Ooh. Oh. You're giving me some good ideas. Okay. All right, so I'm not gonna lie. The situation that I'm kind of facing here is so I have this Twitch VOD track, right? So you guys can hear the music, I think, right? You guys can hear it all right. I have this separate track for you know, the VOD where it's supposed to cut out the source that is my turntable. Like, one issue that I see is that, like, whenever I like look over at my OBS, I can still see that the mic picks it up from my speakers. So I feel like the only real way to like fully prevent this is if I just wear headphones all the time, or earbuds, or monitors, or whatever. So I don't know, like I see it, like it still captures it a little bit. It's just a matter of whether or not YouTube or Twitch or whatever is gonna like pick it up and like flag me. And some of them just seem like way more dangerous to play than others, you know? You have to lift bans for marbles though so they can participate. Ah. Yeah, that'd be hard. Marbles to get unbanned. All right. Also, I might not have explained this, but if there's some possible chance that I can finish Switches before tomorrow, I may actually stream the Pandora build tomorrow. But if not, you know, we'll do our regularly scheduled Monday stream. Random timeouts? That's a weird thing to redeem though, huh? It's almost like a person redeeming should get the choice. But I guess it's kind of almost like the... I don't know. It's almost like the random choice of vinyl, I suppose. Audio capture test? Oh, did that work? Wait, so when you clip, does that use the Twitch VOD track, or does that use the regular stream track? By the way, I'll ask this like at least once every stream, but does anyone here know anything about tape decks? I'm like interested in getting a tape deck, and like a somewhat nice one. And on top of that, like, I don't know, one for playback and additionally recording. Context is I have learned that there are modern tape decks, same as what's in VOD. I see. Yes, they were a pain in the ass as a kid. Back went somewhere else. Sorry, no worries about that. So, I'm trying to get a tape deck. There's some modern tape decks that are actually getting made today, but there's a lot of like tape heads who like hate the modern ones for one reason or another. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm not really sure if I'm leaning towards getting one of those just because of, you know, the deeper you get into it, it's just like people say, don't get these. On the other hand, it's like there's a bunch of old vintage ones that I think a lot of people will highly revere, but the problem is that you gotta like get them serviced. So like you're gonna be spending a lot of money not only on a good vintage tape deck, but you're gonna have to figure out how to get it serviced, which could entail going to like a guy, which is gonna be like a shitload of money, or learning how to do it yourself. And I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm worried that it's gonna be an entirely crazy disaster. But I still, like, I'm actually leaning towards that for the most part. Probably ask Mr. Body Massage, just replace your own caps. Cassettes wear out so easily, though. I mean, everything wears out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Repair stream. I was thinking of that, right? Like, so literally my requirements are what? My number one requirement for a tape deck is I want it to be rack mountable. That's like my first requirement. The second requirement, I mean, it's not really requirements at that point, like, but it's just preferences of what I'm trying to read about among tape decks. Like, good at playback, obviously. I think pretty much everything that's like min $100 is gonna be like, it's gonna be able to play pretty well, I think. Good for recording would be like a cool thing, because I would want to actually try to record tapes. I think that would be useful, or not useful, but just fun. All I care about is racks. Ooh, stretch. Thank you for that. But other than that, it gets into kind of like funny things of like, is it 2-head or 3-head? Like, is it just one that's highly revered, like something by Nakamichi, or I don't know, older Tascams? I don't know. I already have a network and/or AV rack. Oh, I do. Do you care to see it? We talked about this a little bit, and I'll spare anyone here the boring details so that we can get through this. But I will show it off. 1 second. Look at this. Check this out. The space right here is just waiting for a tape deck to be added. This is in my gear channel on Discord. So my goal here, I think, is I'm gonna raise this one to the top, just because I think this amp needs a little air, and I think there's a little bit of breathing room that's here. And then I want to put like a 3-unit tape deck right here. So that's my plan. Here's the mixer that I use for everything. I have all these connections going down to every single one of these things, and or to the amp, and it just kind of like, how it plays. But oh my goodness, I can't believe how useful this rack mountable surge protector is. Crazy. I just wish there were more. I wish there were more outlets. But I'm running out of space, so I can't just add another one super easily, unfortunately. Oh, another thing, I'm just looking at my own gear channel on this Discord, but I'm recalling here that at some point my Aksara VOD, which I no longer think is on Twitch anymore, but it's on YouTube, I think. Just right in the middle, like mid-sentence, I didn't change anything, but all of a sudden there just grew to be this like crazy buzzing humming sound that by the end of the stream got like really, really unbearable if you're just like watching the VOD. But it might have been masked by the music I was playing. I don't know. Not too many left, huh? 70 switches. I think one thing I'm worried or thinking about is how tight these switches are already. Okay, real quick, just getting back to a little bit of keyboard discussion here. What to you, like, waifu in the PC case? Yup. What does it mean to you guys when a switch is tight? I'd like to hear this from you guys, because I feel like there's a tightness of how tight it is to like close the parts within a singular switch. And I'm curious if how related that is to how tight it fits into a given plate. Because technically, like the tightness of a plate comes down to, say, for example, the material of the plate itself, as well as like what the cutouts look like, right? So I think about this, like, slapping these, I don't think it's related at all. Right, that's the thing. It shouldn't be related, but I feel like it's like in my brain it shouldn't be related, but I feel like somehow it seems like this might be confounding when people talk about the tightness of a switch. And it becomes a little confusing because here's the thing. We're facing this situation where, like, say, we're already talking about zaku switches are really tight, right? And when we throw in the film, like the actual switch films, we have this notion of, like, one, it's not necessary because the switch is tight, right? So then what does that mean? Frank has said here that he has some filmed zaku switches in his 7B. So, like, it's like, it sounds like it's possible to throw films into these switches, right? And then it's probably just going to be even like tighter to close. But I'm wondering if the tightness of it being closed due to, you know, the switch construction itself plus the added films is going to have any issue with actually mounting it to a given plate. Aloud brother, there are two terms for tightness, one of which is internal fitment, which films would improve. The other aspect of tightness is sometimes actually just used to describe oversized housings like inks, which are notorious for having weird fitment in most standard plates. Funny thing you say that, because specifically about inks, I feel like it's the other way around, right? Like, I feel like inks are too small or something. I don't know if you agree with that, but it's just like what I did was I had issues with the inks fitting in like a flexier plate, say like a PC plate that was in the Trio 60, right? And then I've heard, you know, I think Ken Skeeb said he had issues with inks on a palm plate. That seemed to go away entirely for me. Like it went away entirely in my Trio 60 when I just replaced it with a switch people deemed as tight. And I don't know in which aspect they meant tight, but the switch, I threw in the U4Ts in the Trio 60 and the issue was completely gone. Filling really needs to be on an as-needed basis, not the go-to standard for every switch. It's interesting that you say that. I'll get back to that. Okay, let me see. The problem is that switch plates have really variable like sizings. Yes, that is true. So, okay, there's a lot of directions to go in here. Let's quickly talk. There was a Franken switch that is really ridiculously tight that I have, and you know me, I don't really like saying the name of Franken switches, but it was something like a, was it Panda housing, a Halo stem, and a Zeal bottom. And the problem was I was almost messing up a lot of these switches, or if not messing them up, a lot of them were binding when I threw them into my Honeyboard HB60. Oh, I think we got 71, not 70. When I threw it into my Honeyboard HB60, like I was getting all these binding issues. I was having trouble pushing in the switches into the plate, and I was thinking, is this a switch variance issue? Like, just what is it? And then I realized it didn't matter which switch I put in into certain holes, just like they would just not go in. So then I ended up getting these like older, I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but these older plates that are meant to like, they kind of have a dual purpose of, one is they work, I think, with Alps, but when you're using them with MX, like they're made for both MX and Alps. But when you use them with MX, you have this added benefit of Alps are wider than MX, so you have these extra spaces on the side, which was good in the past for being able to open the switch tops without desoldering. Now, if your switch, like modern, like in modern day, like no one does that like type of mod anymore, but modern day is like, if you have a switch that's stupidly tight, especially on the x-axis, then like having that extra space on the sides could potentially like cause issues in, you know, people might think I have issues like with wobble, but it's still, you know, it's still mounted by the top and bottom, which are still probably tight, right? But it does allow for it to not be so damn tight like on the x-axis, so. Allow, brother, you said it, not me. All right. I have one too many of these bottoms, so I'll still do it. But it's like I don't have a place to mount it. Maybe I'll just mount it like right there. Not so much wobble, but misalignment, maybe. That might be a better way to put it, yeah. Okay, we'll throw that there. 71 switches. We finally finished the bottoms after almost an hour and a half. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. Misalignment can definitely feel like poor switch fitment in the plate. Right, so anyways, I guess maybe one thing that could be worthwhile is, say, for example, I just try to complete one of these switches, and then we'll just, like, see how it fits into a Pandora plate. So I need to go grab the Pandora. Wait, why 71? Is something, is Chris building something that's not an HHKB? No, it's just the 71K, like, you know, HHKBs have exactly 60, right? And I don't know. I usually just do all like 70 whenever you buy packages of 70, because usually people sell in 70s, I think, to have you have extras for 60 or 65s, or maybe have 68 key or whatever. All right, let's run and grab this. Okay. Wow, y'all are fans. Some Beastie Boy fans. I remember when Beastie Boys. Oh no. Okay, all right, let me just do this. Okay, so we got FR4 and Alu. Okay, so what I want to do is I'll take an entire switch to the end here just to see. Frank is a little baby. Frank looks 25. True. Mid-20, very, wow. Oh, yeah. It's interesting. It's like, Frank, I don't know if I would be offended or flattered. Offended or flattered, I'm not sure. Okay. Where is everything? Am I crazy? Let's take this to the end here. I'm gonna do like this entire switch, and then I'll just like start mounting it in different random spots on both the FR4 and Alu plates just to see, will this really work? Because one thing that could happen, right, is if it's too tight, you might be able to like still squeeze it in, but then you might get binding issues because of how far it's trying to compress that like, you know, the whole entirety of the housing, which can affect how it, you know, the spring interacts with the leaf. So yeah, or in other cases, it might just be really, really hard to even get in the first place. Used to rock this and I pull out tape deck head unit. Alright, let's grab, I need my, here it is, my clutch pencil. Hold up. Get this right here. Okay. Let's try this, yeah? Yeah, man. Struggle with this. Hold up. Alright, so prior to stream, I'm just looking at this. I was trying to use these tweezers, and then I was trying to use my what is it? Oh shit, it just fell. Sorry. Trying to focus on this. These springs are so damn tall. It's like kind of goofy. I was trying to use my switch, my actual switch puller and these tweezers to do something that's not keyboard related at all. I was trying to get a cable through this very, very thin, complicated channel in the back of my setup. Oh man, this is tight. I'm like worried about like trying to press this in even. I think that's the end of that side. Film's not needed. Yeah, it's pretty tight. I was like, I look at it like, how did Frank get his in? But I'm guessing maybe there's like a different set of tolerances for that 7V plate. Wait, before we make a deliberation about making a stock one, how about making a stock one and then comparing it? Yeah, I was thinking of doing that as well. But I also want to try it real quickly in the Alu 2. Because, I mean, any way we spin it, it might be the reality that, like, these switches are just going to be tight, period, with or without, right? Okay, so that one clicked down, and that was okay, and this is Alu. Maybe he wasn't really anticipating that. So that's kind of a curious thing. And with Curveball, I'm only filming when only needing it, and as a per switch basis. Yeah, I hear that, but I don't know. I do like the fact that the sound of the switches change. I never got to that point I was making. It was like, I think there's a few things. I think there is a reality of like the sound of the switch changing when it is that you use film. I think on top of that, I don't know. I've mentioned this before, but it's just a matter of like feeling complete. Like, if you can do it, why didn't you? Is what I like try to ask myself. Like, if I could have filmed it, I should have done it. EGZX, welcome back to the stream. The sound improvement is not worth the potential damage to the Switch. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I'm just like... I don't know if I necessarily agree. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, no, I really want to do it. One thing I'm thinking about as to what potentially the difference might be between these two plates, because what it looked like was that it was really hard to even just get this in, like to even try to fit it in into the FR4 plate. Could have to do with how plates are cut. You know, it could be that the alu was lasered, and you know, if you take the same like plate file with the same like cutout sizes, like same exact ones, and you try to figure out how to bring it into say, I don't know, KiCad or whatever, they're gonna machine that like pretty perfectly. But if you take that same exact one to like laser cutting, you know, same exact cutout, there's like a possible difference in the curve. And this is like something that we were looking at last time that I was getting a little bit of shit for. Monday, when I was like taking the CA out of CAD. This has been really finicky lately. Not really wanting to release these stems. My God. Ridiculous. Then it's all preference in your board, yeah. It's all preference, but I think there's room to remind people of the inherent risks to stuff. Of course, of course. Okay, this one does not have film. So let's try to press this into the FR4. It's still tight. Like, I don't know, I can get it in, but I'm just like worried about hurting myself. You know? So that's in. I mean, I can do it here too. It just, I didn't really want to press it in as hard as I had to there. I mean, they both fit. I mean, it's just really hard. Now here's, yeah, that's the other thing, is that like removing the switch, clearly like much more easy on the one without the film. But I think in both cases it's still gonna work. Like this was like ridiculously easy to get in. I mean, one thing we could do is we'll come back on when we actually build this, whether it's tomorrow or Monday. And we'll just kind of say like, hey, like if this isn't really working out on FR4, we can go back to alu. But it also depends on like what we'll choose here as the plate. All right, let's see if we can check this, because maybe this is something we could potentially corroborate. It does kind of, like, I don't know if I'm crazy just imagining it. Let's take a look at this real quick. So the alu plate, here I have on top of the FR4. Now, one thing I see is like I'm trying to put them like flush, right? Like it almost does look like the FR4 cutouts could potentially be like a little bit tighter than the alu. This is what I'm talking about. Like if the FR4 normally gets machined in the way that it does, or like milled, versus how like an alu plate might be laser cut. Like if it's the same exact cutout, then this could be a contributing factor to it. So, if anything, yeah, like we could do a super tight switch in the one where the holes are looser, which in this case would be the alu. I would like to hear the actual difference. I may have to purchase more films and see. Yeah. All right, so now here's the issue I'm seeing here is that like sometimes you get this situation where the film gets misaligned, and I kind of see it, and it kind of gives me a little bit of like, oh, I really want to fix it. Okay. I mean, let's see if I can even hear the difference between having a film or not. I mean, it's like really close. I don't know what to say. They're very close. I don't know. I'll just do it. Whatever. I ain't tripping. FR dollar. If it's so close, then maybe not put the stress on the plate. No, we're going to do it. All the more reason to. It's so close that let's just do it. It's more fun this way. Here it is. Okay. All right. Let's go and put some films. I think I have some spare ones that are just lying around here. By the way, if by any chance anyone has a bare cables lube station that they're not using, whether it's the standard size or the extra large one, if you're looking to offload it, I am interested. Been looking for another one for a long while. I have one, and I keep it at Ada's place because we do switches at her place sometimes. But I'd like another one. I feel like its construction is actually really quite nice. I wish they would run another one or like keep it in stock. I like how there's always like a lot of space around the switches, whereas like this is like it's nice and compact, but when everything's tight, like it gets a little bit funny with trying to do films. All right. Next one up. I think by midnight, hopefully by midnight, we'll have finished with springs. And then I'll be honest, I'll probably do like 10 to 20 stems and take them to the end. And then we'll probably run a giveaway like around, I don't know, I want to say 12:30 or 1. What y'all think? Y'all cool with that? So not a particularly long stream, I don't think. Ooh, Ada's here. Ada's back. Oh, never left. Ada was here the whole time. I'm trying to keep my my volume really low, so it's like I hear the music really quiet because I'm trying to like not make my microphone pick up the music. But it's like I only barely hear the music. This happened actually for one of my, I think the previous lubing stream I did, where it's like I played the music so I could hear it like a normal human being. And then like I got a bunch of like claims on this YouTube VOD. It said something like I was like partially blocked in some countries because of the song choices. I tried. I beat. It's /ban. /ban. It's sometimes hard to like click to like highlight or select the username because like when you click, it's like, you know, they're the little the dialogue window opens that like gives you a summary. So I can understand sometimes it's hard. It's hard for me. 2 PCBs popular with Saga is now time to fill orders. Ooh. Much easier in mod view. You know what's funny is that like in my almost now 3 years. Oh, actually this might be my 3-year anniversary. When did I start streaming? How do you find out when you started streaming? Today might be my 3-year anniversary. How do I check? Insights. Yeah, I started streaming in April of 2019. Twitch, when was my first stream? How did I find out when my first stream was? Okay, I'm Googling this right now. It would be under channel in my dashboard. It's like nonsense. What does this even mean? March 15th, 2019? Oh, that might have been when I opened my account, but my first stream though. Oh, my first stream was April 16th. Ah, okay. Yeah, I started my account on March 15th, and then my first stream was on April 16th. Hey. So I guess it would be Saturday. Saturday would be my 3-year anniversary. Happy 3 years. Thank you. Maybe Monday's stream will be able to more properly celebrate it. I don't know. I've streamed 1,000 hours? Hell yeah. So I remember, okay. Oh, here we go. Brief but uninteresting-ish story. I remember before I started streaming, I would always play, I was playing Splatoon, and I still play Splatoon today, and I still want to go back to streaming Splatoon, you know, when the opportunity arises. It's just, you know, complicated. There's a lot going on, right? Nope. Am I not on streamer mode? Play sound effects. Oh, did Ada play some sound effects? Oh, okay. That's the one. Celebrate. I played it once, but there's twice. Ada, Ada, can you hear? BRB bio. Oh, you wanted to hear the Discord effect? How do you get the Discord effect? Huh? I'm so confused about who's pinging me. Yeah, that's my bad. I kept it on. I didn't put streamer mode on. That's my bad. I sometimes forget to turn on streamer mode. But Ada Ada wanted to hear it, I guess. Okay. So the brief but somewhat uninteresting story of how streaming came about. So I used to play a lot of Splatoon, right? A lot more than I do now. I still play. Like, I try to at least once a week, hopefully, if not once every 2 or 3 weeks. And I remember when I was playing like so much, I was like, man, I would be a good streamer because all I do is rage. And like, I'm just like malding all the time. Which is particularly funny about Splatoon because Splatoon is, if you've ever watched any Splatoon gameplay, it's very cute. So I got really close to I gotta hydrate, don't we? Andrew was really disappointed when he found out what the hydrate redemption was. He's like, man, I really spent 1,000. He was like, I really spent 1,000 on that? Really? Okay. So at some point, you know, around like March-ish or so of 2019, I said like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like I really just want to do it. I want to get on Twitch. And I hadn't been really on Twitch that frequently prior to March of 2019. So I was like, I wanna get on Twitch. I want to learn what, you know, like being a viewer on Twitch is like before I come on and like start trying to stream, because like I really want to do it. I really want to be a part of this world. So I spent like a month trying to like, you know, just learn the language of what it means to like be a viewer. And then a month rolls through, and you know, I'm just like playing Splatoon with, you know, some pretty nice streamers here and there, and I'm like, okay, I really want to do it, but you know, I'm gonna be like gone. Like I actually have a little bit of a vacation in the middle of April of 2019 because I'm gonna go to Coachella, and that was the last Coachella up until like literally tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first Coachella in 3 years. And so it's like early April. I'm just like, maybe I should just wait till after Coachella because, you know, it's just, I feel like a lot of things are just going to sit around. I don't know if I really want to do this so quickly. But I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I just got to do it. So my first stream was, I think, right before just like days before my little 1 week vacation. And yeah, that was a fun Coachella. It was a fun stream, fun first stream, fun Coachella. That followed, and then it went from there. April 2019 to maybe about, I want to say May the following year. I was just doing exclusively Splatoon. But then I started branching out to a few, like I started, I think May of 2020 was my first keyboard stream. And I feel like I was probably streaming to nobody. Not nobody, but nobody who was actually interested in keyboards, because I don't think that, like, you know, it was really easy to like, in my opinion, I didn't find that it was particularly easy to find that audience. Like, you know, by that point, I think May 2020, it was just like, there was probably only really just a couple of big keyboard streamers that kind of had a really, really strong foothold on the entire, like, demographic of people who were on Twitch and interested in watching this. So May of 2020, I mean, I think I had a couple more, like June and then July. And I just been doing keyboard streams here and there. And then, you know, what's funny is Epsi, we just got an Epsi, a raid from Epsi right when our stream started today. And he was like shitting on me for something that is a callback to October of 2020, which was the first time I'd ever gotten like a keyboard raid, and his was like a pretty big raid. What had happened was I was working on a Matthias switch build, and I called it like Alps. I called it like Matthias Alps. And he seemed to take some real great offense to that. So he sent like a whole raid over just to correct me. And kind of the rest was history. I think Epsi had just done that, and then like a few days later, Chubies gave me like a big raid as well. And I think that's how like a few people just started like finding my stream. That was the October, November of 2020. So Epsi barely made it to raid. Apparently he was super starved. A lot of keyboard subs get uppity about it, but until I try real Alps, I think Matthias is actually fine to use. I have used real Alps before that. I've used real Alps after that. I think it was this combination of things, right? Where it's just like, to be perfectly honest, I looked at it like, well, I was just coming back into the hobby after like a nice 4 year hiatus. So I didn't really remember. Nor did I think even I fully knew the 2 years, like 2015, 2016, when I was like I purchased all these Matthias switches, that like I didn't really know what the real tangible difference between Matthias and like real Alps was. So like I just like called it the same, because they have literally the same like footprint, I would say, in terms of like how, like the compatibility of how they work in PCBs, the keycaps they use, all that. But anyways, that was the first time I think people had found me. I think like it was either the Chubies or it might have been the Epsi raid, where I think like a few of the big players had found me that day. I could probably like look it up. I think I need to like, maybe it's in my. Let's see. I'm gonna look this up, see if I can. Gotta go to my logs. October was probably October 29th. I think this is it. Oh, here we go. I found it in my logs. Check this out, guys. Oh, Allhex. Allhex was here. Allhex was here. Oh, that's crazy. What is this from? This was the first time I got like a big keyboard raid. It was October 29th of 2020. And I was like streaming to a bunch of like Splatoon streamers. Kimchi Jody bitch, more like it. I wish him well. Oh, there's a lot of folks in here. J Perms, Kiwi King, Raz, Retro Maple, Epsi, Tempest. All Hex, I think this was your first message in here. Was your raid message was a little bit different from all the others. A little bit. Let's see who else is here. I think, like, if I recall correctly, Ogok was here. Oh, this is interesting to read about. Yeah, All Hex. I think it was All Hex, and you were mostly, and Kimchi Jodobe were the ones driving this. J Perms was in there. Then there was another one a little bit later on. I want to find the other subsequent one. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was December 1st of 2020. Holy shit, 2020, yes. So, December 1st of 2020, I can just look at the file size of my logs here. This one was really big because a lot of people got into it, I think. Oh, Jax was here. Wow. Crazy. Oh, and Teha, I think this was the day that December 1st was the day that I think someone might have alerted Teha about me. I'm just gonna throw this in here for now so I don't lose it. Gotta be careful in this chat, man. Yeah, no, I have receipts. No, I don't know if you guys know, but I log everything. So, if you here's my disclaimer: if you have a problem being logged, don't be here. I got receipts in the form of VODs, and I got the receipts in the form of chat logs. It cracks me up every time I see the skew I gave one of the play forks I saw. Wait, what? What's the skew? You got me curious. Fork you. I'm typing this message now so that then it will exist in your logs. There's every now and then where my logs get a little bit messed up. I hope that doesn't happen frequently enough. Pepperoni nipples. I was here. You were here. All right, I most definitely am not going to finish Springs by midnight. Nor 12:30. It'll probably be at like 1. I think I'll just do Springs. I'll do Springs and then we'll probably call it. After the giveaway. We got a giveaway to run, don't we? I refuse to tub lube. I don't know. It's just never sat well with me. I feel like I just get the feeling that anyone who like bag lubes or tub lubes like must have their knuckles drag on the ground. This relax. I like that. Well, you're just gonna leave the raw springs out? Wait, what do you mean? What's the problem with that? Is that an issue? But anyone who bag lubes or tub lubes are, I feel like you guys wear loincloths. No. Just my perception. Paging how brother Teha types. What do you got? A cat in the shed goes in there? Honestly, I think that's a good direction for the meta. What? Brush lubing? Remove the bias? One of only the best and most wasteful tools for me. Oh, I've seen this. I was always like interested in like potentially getting one of these. I feel like it's, yeah, again, like super wasteful. But this is like the one thing where I would potentially consider doing something that requires like, you know, lubing springs using a mechanism like a shake weight. TX springs used to come in something like that. Want an extra I have? How many does it have? Again, I find it like particularly wasteful. Cause like you gotta put like a drop in every single one. It's like for me, like I know I'm like wasteful with lube already, but like, you know, I only use like 15 drops. 110 slots, I see. Yeah, no, I mean, if you want to send it to me, I would consider using it. Why not just make a 10 to 20 variant? If bag/tub lube stems are indistinguishable from hand lubed, then I think it's important to acknowledge that hand lubing isn't as obvious as an advantage. I don't know what to tell you. I am opting not to, consciously opting not to bag or tub lube because it's I don't know. It's for cavemen and cave women. I bag lube springs and wear loincloths, but there is no correlation/causation. They're completely separate entities. One wasn't because of the other. I can get the argument that it's more unrefined to bag lube. Yes. Yes, period. It's less prone to errors and makes for a more consistent application. Yeah, I mean, I think, like, honestly, that's, like, part of it, where it's just, like, how do you know that the lube is all over? How do you know? Well, that's the way I look at it. How do I know that the lube is actually on all the springs? I think it's important to then stop ragging on people who do it. Nah, it's too fun to rag on people who do it, though. That's my problem. It's too fun. Oil lubing springs is perfunctory according to some. That's why Gazoo advocates for donut dipping. Interesting. Skip the middleman. Most of the lubricant settles to the bottom anyways. Ooh. But does it? Have you guys seen oil pools at the bottom of your switches? 105? Yeah, but I'm like past 105. I just don't use 105 anymore. I use 106 at least. And I'm using 107 now. At some point my 107 is going to run out, but I have a couple of 106. Let you tell me you're going to turn your keyboard every 2 to 3 weeks. What happened here? What did I do this? You're just clipping me. You're clipping me saying all of these things. All right, here we are, finished up. Okay. Easy try on the spot. Put some springs up vertically and then drops into 106. See how long it takes to settle at the bottom. I wouldn't be surprised if it settles before end of stream. Nah. I'm chill. We're gonna brush up some springs. It's the only way. It's the only way that makes sense. You know what I used to do was anything but no, I don't think they will. Brush lube with 205. Ooh, should I do that? Like a boss. Ooh, can you imagine 206? Can you imagine brush lubing BDC on springs? That'd be crazy. What about KY jelly? What about like human lubes? You could use pretty much any lube on springs, right? Useless water-based. What if you just use water? Should I use water? Someone on Reddit did admit to using sex lube. Hang on. Water sounds good. I agree. Just use Hawaiian Punch. Honey, why do we have all this yours and mine jelly? Water sounds good, won't rust or anything. I don't think it'll rust. First time soldering a keyboard lubed with sex lubricant. I like how they used Cool Kids on that. Oh, that's great though. First off, I use sex lube because I'm impatient. I ordered the switches thinking that Zelio V2s would sound fine stock, but there was a noticeable amount of spring ping when I got them. So instead of buying proper lube, I thought, hell, why not? I used Sliquid that was lying around the house. It's a silicone hybrid that's plastic safe, so it's not the absolute worst. So far, so good. It cleared up most of the spring ping and improved the feel. If it later turns sticky, I'll just buy new switches and lube them properly. Oh, I like that. I like that explanation. Grown-ass talk sex lube should honestly be more normalized. Too many people having unsatisfying sex without it. Ooh. What do you mean? 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 What Good point. Tape mod is bondage on a budget. Gotta keep it on deck. Well, if anyone wants to redeem a vinyl, you're welcome to. I feel like I want to put this here. You don't have a lube, anal is never on the table. Yep. Not flexible enough to make it to the table. Apologize for that. Checking some messages here. All right. So it turns out that thing I got paged about earlier was not at all the fault of anyone in my company. It's someone else down the line. It was not a cert issue. I don't know, did you mention what kind of music your brother's playing at Coachella? I don't know, he plays a little bit of everything. Depends on who his audience is, but, you know, whatever it is, it's going to be fun. The especially the night ones, like the night tents, like after the grounds close up. It's probably chill. I remember, it's funny. I think like when you're like kind of like a warm-up DJ, like for like the early sets, like it's a mix of what you get. I'll tell like a little bit of funny story. My brother, the first time I went to Coachella was in 2017. My brother got me in on the guest list, which was pretty cool. You get to go like kind of in the backstage-ish areas, see all the rich people. You get to see some artists who like to hang out with the rich people. You're basically just right there. Anyways, in 2017, he had he had a really early Friday set at the Sahara tent, and it was like, the Sahara is really close to the entrance, like the main entrance that you use to like sort of enter the festival grounds, and that first, that early Friday kind of just meant like everyone's just getting in. So if everyone's just getting in, like he's actually gonna like it's gonna feed a lot into the Sahara tent. So he has a set that's like, and this was in 2017. He had this set that was like kind of like EDM, like / hip hop based. Like it's kind of like EDM remixes of hip hop songs. He doesn't usually do that, but I think he knew the crowd that he was getting, so he planned this in advance. And what was crazy was just that like by the end of his set, there was like probably a good like 2,000 people he was like playing for. And that was like one of the craziest things that I've seen like my brother do, is just play for like 2,000 people at a tent. And just like a situation like that, it was just sick. And like, being so close and again, playing to the crowd was like, definitely in his favor. 2 years later, 2019, this was, right at like literally the weekend after I started streaming. He invited me again, put me on the guest list. Very cool, you know, backstage, all that. I kept seeing Khalid. You guys know Khalid? People enter at the entrance. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like people come in, you know, from the entrance, and then they're automatically fed to the Sahara, right? So, anyways, I keep seeing Khalid around. Anyways, that's not the point. He had another DJ set, but this time it was like the first Saturday set at the Sahara tent. And it was just like such a stark difference. I did the match, checks out. Math checks out, yep. It was such a stark difference because on like early Saturday, everyone is already hungover. So no one is getting to the grounds early. Like no one's really entering like that early, like, you know, on a Saturday. Like no one's newly coming into the festival that early on a Saturday. So same exact space, right? Like the same exact capacity space, because, like, you know, the Sahara tent's the same spot and same size every time. I think he's playing to like what felt like 5 people, like me and my buddy, and then like 3 other people. And it's just like timing is everything, you know? It really is. But it was fun. Yeah, the other 3 people were having a lot of fun. I was too. There's like a guest area. There's just like there's no reason to be in the guest area. But yeah, he, you know, he plays a lot of hip hop. Plays again just a bit of everything. Jesus, I missed some interesting chat, huh? Maybe a little bit. If I was just went in another room, I realized I have to go to the landfill/recycling center today, and there's currently 28 boxes from Utemu on bed. Oh. Utemu Fort. That sounds like the plan. Big move. That's the move right there. Okay. Ooh, I missed. What is this message? What I do is keep it closed and clean or reuse the oil that doesn't cling to the springs. That makes sense. Like, you know, it's just like basically that is like this device that I saw, like, you know, that I've seen before is like it's basically the most like refined version of tub lubing I think is out there. But yeah, it's like it essentially is it, because like you just keep the lube in there and then you just reuse it, I guess. Lurk, thank you for the lurk, my dude. My dude. Appreciate everyone being here tonight. Hope everybody here is chilling, doing good. Oh, bagging switches. I thought it was a bag lubing switches. I'm like, oh, just throw the whole switch in there. Tomorrow's a statutory holiday in most places. Is it? Wait, what is the holiday tomorrow? April 15th. What holiday is that? Good Friday? Oh. I've never been in a scenario where Good Friday was off. Or like I've never found myself like in a place where Good Friday was observed as a day off. Personally. It's just kind of, oh, I see. Ironic, but unsurprising. It is, yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that for sure. That's weird. It seems like it would be, yeah, no, it should, but I don't know. Maybe it's like it's the fact that it's a Catholic holiday. I don't know. And not something that's a little bit different. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I always get a sense that like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Oops. You guys remember laser discs? I remember my brother had a friend who was really into laser discs. And a couple times he brought his laser disc player over. And I think that actually might have been the first time I saw Army of Darkness was on Laserdisc. Plus a few others. There's some other Eddie Murphy as a superhero movie. Didn't make it, yeah. I just thought the concept of Laserdisc, when I was a kid, the concept of it was just cool. Like it was just a big, giant, shiny disc. Oh, Andy's here, guys. Weenus, thank you for that. Lady Ween. S. You know, I was talking about that. So I was in Juby's streamer earlier, and he was suck it, Chris. Thank you. He was debating whether or not he would get an iPad Pro, but he was like wondering like, what do you actually use an iPad Pro for? And you know, like people were just telling him, oh, you can watch movies while you take a shit. And I was like trying to give a real answer. Oh, like art. And he's like, I'm not a very artistic person, is what Juby says. Like all I would do is probably draw that S. The S with the 6 lines, then you connect them. And I showed him the emotes. And he said something like, dude, I heard that was like gang related. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's what you heard? You heard that the cool S was like a gang related symbol? Gerald T, welcome. Gerald T, you know much about the cool S? I like how some people call it the Stussy S. Like, I don't think Stussy has anything to do with it. The cool S has its own wiki page. I don't know if you guys knew that. Also saw the vid by Lemino about it. Ooh, I feel like I've seen a video about the cool S, but I'm not sure if it was Lemino. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with Lemino's work. Stussy wishes, and I'm sure Stussy appreciates the association. I know, right? Are you an S or V person? Because there's 3 ways to connect the tops bottoms of that pattern. You mean like the order in which you draw the rest of the non-6 vertical lines? The universal S. Top and bottom. Can do a nice even curve. Oh, sorry, chat's ruining your day, but you just lost the game. Ooh. Wow. Depends on surgery. We already lost the game. That's true. Alright, I gotta open that up, see what that is. What is that? K-sex? Oh, jeez. That's a G. Definitely more than 3 ways to connect the lines. Yeah, that S. I'm looking at that S right now. It's also there's horizontal lines in that rendition of the S, which is, I don't know, that's a little bit smooth brain. The horizontals. This was a conversation in a Discord I frequent 3 days ago. The ordering. Okay, we're almost like halfway done with these springs. Somehow I feel like this is a little quicker than I thought it would be. A little tiny bit, but you know, I'm probably about to ruin or jinx it now. Here's the video that I mentioned. Is there a transcript for it so that I could play it? I could play it on TTS. I think that's one thing that our stream is missing, isn't it? A long TTS while I lube some strings. Does anyone have any long keyboard related or cool S related prose passages for me to TTS? Madrice or Madrice, thank you for the follow. Try my best. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but thanks for being here. TTS the entire wiki page? Ooh, I could. All right, let's do it. Wait, what's TTS? Text to speech. All right, let's get that wiki page. All right, here we go, guys.
Cool S from Wikipedia. The free encyclopedia. Jump to navigation. Jump to search a drawing of the Cool S and the corresponding 4-step guide to drawing 1. The Cool S, also known as the Stussy S, Super S, Superman S, Universal S, Pointy S, Middle School S, Graffiti S1, and by many other names, is a graffiti sign in popular culture that is typically doodled on children's notebooks or graffitied on walls. The exact origin of the Cool S is unknown, 1, but it may have originated from geometry textbooks, 2, 3, and has appeared around the early 1970s as a part of graffiti culture. 4, 5. Contrary to popular belief, the symbol has no ties to either the U.S. clothing brand Stussy or to the character Superman, though Stussy did conduct an interview in 2010 with John R., a pioneer graffiti photographer with many works including this S, dating back to the 1970s. 3. This symbol and other nearly identical S-shaped motifs have appeared for at least hundreds of years. A similar pattern can be seen in 14th century tile work at the central courtyard of the Sultan Hassan Mosque in Cairo. 6. As well as in the background of the 1533 painting, The Ambassadors by Hans Holbein.
Well, we
it is
gotta
also
find that
visually
fucking
similar
painting.
to the ancient Latvian Zokšizim symbol and the Dacian Karligulču symbol. Contents 1. Shape 2. Modern history 3. See also 4. References. Shape. The Cool S consists of 14 line segments, forming a stylized, pointed S shape. It has also been compared to the infinity symbol. 7. The tails, pointy ends of the S appear to link underneath so that it loops around on itself in the same way as the infinity symbol does. 8. The Cool S has no reflection symmetry, but has twofold rotational symmetry. As illustrated, a common way to draw the shape begins with 2 sets of 3 parallel, vertical lines, one above the other. Modern history. The origin of the Cool S is unclear. 9. In the 1970s, photographer Howard Gribble took many photos of Los Angeles, many of which feature the number 8 in a similar style to the Cool S. In one of them, a very faded Cool S can be seen graffitied on a pavement. As the photo was taken in 1973, the S itself could date back to the 1960s, making it the earliest photographic evidence of the symbol. 3. Also in 1973, John R's famous photographs of graffiti in New York featured the symbol many times, here identical to its modern form. Jean-Michel Basquiat's artworks occasionally had the symbol hidden somewhere, and in the one titled Olive Oil from 1982 it is labeled as the classic S of graph. 10. The name Superman S comes from a belief that it was a symbol for Superman, whose costume features a stylized S in a diamond shape, but that shape is quite different. Although frequently referred to as the Stussy S, Emmy Coates, who has worked alongside Sean Stussy since 1985, has stated that it was never a symbol of the Californian Surf Company. 11. A possible origin for this is that in 2010 the company uploaded a video to Vimeo 12 and later to YouTube 13 in which one of John R's 1973 photographs of the symbol can be seen. However, accounts of attribution to Stussy precede the video by at least 20 years. Citation needed. Swedish YouTuber David Wangstedt, better known online as Lemeno, studied the topic for 5 years and attempted to find the origin of the cool S, and he concluded that the 1890 book Mechanical Graphics 14, which was written by Professor Frederick Newton Wilson, could most likely be the origin. Frederick taught geometry at Princeton University in New Jersey, where he could have shown students how to draw the S. 2. 3. See also Emoji Emoticon Twin Mountain Drawing Suzuki Sensibo Kilroy was here Seder Square References. How to make one graffiti S.
I think I
Drawing
pasted
now.
in all the references.
Retrieved May 14th, 2018. Shepard, Rebecca, August 14th, 2019. This guy spent 5 years researching the origins of the Universal S. LAD Bible. Retrieved April 30th, 2020. Better source needed. Wangstedt, David, August 10th, 2019. The Universal S video. Lemeno. Via YouTube. Archived at Ghost Archive and the Wayback Machine. Self-published source. Mailer, Norman, 2009. The Faith of Graffiti. It Books. ISBN 978-006-1961700. Page needed. Interview_Gribble1. August 20th, 2019. Archive from the original on August 20th, 2019. Retrieved July 28th, 2020. Alimi stock image of Hassan Mosque. Lindwasser, Anna. Here S the story behind that cool S thing you used to draw in class. Ranker. Retrieved August 11th, 2019. Local investigates. The mysterious S symbol. NYU Local. February 12th, 2014. Retrieved January 29th, 2017. Nalon, Caleb. November 23rd, 2010. Solve the mystery of the pointy S. Print magazine. Retrieved January 29, 2017. Hoffman, Fred, 2017. The Art of Jean-Michel Basquiat. New York. Enrico Navarro Gallery. p. 211. ISBN 9782911596537. The double S markings on the centerpiece resemble other marks and gestures found in Basquiat's paintings from this time. While it became less and less a part of Basquiat's art production, there are continued references to graffiti style in his paintings and works on paper, such as the S symbol. Morgans, Julian, July 23, 2016.
About to pass out, but I'll leave the lab open.
Thing
the
everyone
tab
drew
open.
in school. What is it?
Vote anything but 3.
Twice.
Thanks for the alert.
Retrieved March 21st, 2019.
By the way.
No, this is not an original Stussy logo. I personally get asked this a lot, but people have been drawing this S long before Stussy was established. People have just assumed it was Stussy and it sort of spread from there. It's actually quite amusing. Stussy, John R. Video. Stussy. The 8th of March 2010, via Vimeo. Stussy, John R. Stussy Video. May 26th, 2011, via YouTube. Archived at Ghost Archive and the Wayback Machine Wilson, Frederick Newton, 1890. Mechanical Graphics, an educational course on the theory and practice of mechanical drawing. Princeton, N.J., The Princeton Press. Categories: drawing, graffiti and unauthorized signage, topology, youth culture.
Oh, was that it? Well, thanks for listening to that, guys. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. We're almost done with these, guys. Iberico Joe, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Sorry, I was waking my goldfish. Could you do it again? Alright, hold up. I did see this thing here. Alright, this a loud brother sent some copy pasta here, I think. So we're going to do this one shortly after I finish up with this spring, clean up a little bit.
After years of trying, the 40% community concedes that the rest of the mechanical keyboard community was right. Typing on 40% keyboards is basically impossible. We didn't know that removing numbers from our keyboards would lead to such a horrible experience. Trying to remember where we placed capital letters and symbols in various layers has become way too cumbersome. We, the 40% community, are now working diligently with our friends who use larger boards to understand how to transition to large.
Good copy pasta. The cool as oh wow. They actually put it in as a custom, huh? Oh, Gabby White 10 Ma. Welcome to my stream, my favorite human friend. Man, I just started another spring, didn't I? My favorite hobby is typing on copy pasta / shit posts, like on Monkey Type. Who banned him? Who did that? I like that guy. Or gal. Or person. Or non-person. My favorite bot? No, my favorite person. Gabby was my friend. What a great night, right? Just Lube Springs. Anybody have any more TTS ideas? Anybody want their dreams realized in the form of a robotic voice? Let's hear about zakus. BRB, are we looking for some zaku copy pasta? Ah. Oh, this is long. Oh man, okay. I gotta finish this spring. For a second, I thought you had some zaku switch copy pasta. Is there like a version of Wikipedia where it's like I don't have to TTS it myself, but then they just like someone reads it? Does that exist on Wikipedia? Save for those who might be unable to read for one reason or another. I'm Googling it right now. Is there an audio version of Wiki Project Spoken? Apparently you can request it. I don't think Zaku is in that list though, unfortunately. I'm sure there's ASMR people reading stuff. Imagine wasting a part of your life to write a copy pasta about a Texie switch. I don't know. Seems useful. One of my favorite Twitch streams is a wrestling autobiography readout. Oh. Okay, let's try this. Oh shit, hold up.
The Jaka, katakana letter za, katakana letter ku, Jaka, is a fictional line of manned robots, Mecha, from Mobile Suit Gundam, part of the Universal Century fictional universe, where they are the principality of Zeon's most commonly fielded mobile suits. The most widely known model is the MS-06 Zaku, the second series. It is redesigned by Kunio Okawara based upon the earlier draft by the series director Yoshiyuki Tomino, in which only the name was kept. The Zaku II has seen various redesigns and variants for hundreds of pieces of merchandise, and the Japanese post office has 2 stamps with Zaku 2s on them. 1. 2. The Zaku's aesthetic can be seen in more symbolic homages in the Gundam mythos, such as the Gin and Zaku warrior from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, the Bushi from Mobile Fighter G Gundam, and the Jindice from After War Gundam X. After the original show's run, Okawara and other designers created a number of variants of the Zaku. Many of these modified configurations never appeared in animation, but they are official Mobile Suit variations, appearing instead in plastic model form and in various Gundam video games. The MS-06 Zaku II is still a major force in Gundam, with almost every new side story in the Universal Century adding a new variant to the basic frame. Contents 1. Concept and Development 2. Role and Plot 2.1. Other Gundam Series 3. Name History 4. Variations 4.1. Jaka 4.2, MS-06F, Zaku the second 4.3, MS-06F2, Zaku the second type F2 4.4, MS-06FZ, Zaku the second last mass production type, Zaku Kai 4.5, MS-06S Zaku the second commander type 4.6, land type variations 4.6.1, MS-06J Zaku the second ground type 4.6.1.1.
Unfortunately, you
JC
won't be able to
subtype
pause this. I think that's the downside of the
4.6.2,
TTS that I'm using.
MS-06V Zaku
I
Tank
can't
4.7,
pause.
reconnaissance type
I can only just
variations
stop it.
4.7.1, MS-06E Jaka reconnaissance type
Imagine I'm using a U-turn
4.7.2,
orbit.
MS-06E-3 Zaku
7
Flipper
years ago or
4.8, MS-11
Maybe
Action
6
Jaka
years ago.
4.9, worker type variations 4.9.1, MS-06F, MS-06H Zaku Mine Layer 4.9.2, MS-06W Worker Jaka 4.10, Sakomu Test Type Variations 4.10.1,
I think it's still just in the table of contents.
MS-06Z, MS-06Z-3, Sakomu Test Type Zaku the second 4.11, Post-War Insurgent Variations 4.11.1, MS-21C Jersey 4.11.2, MS-06F, Stutzer version 4.12, Novel version 4.13, Descendants of the Zaku the Second Series 5, Popular Culture 5.1, Modeling Competition 5.2, Parts Collection
I guess I need to update
5.3,
that gear command
Forklift
with all my stuff, huh?
5.4,
There's
Stamps
some stuff I haven't even
5.5,
been using for
Razor
some
Blades
time.
5.6, Cell Phone 6,
A lot of new stuff I've
Reception
added.
7, See also 8. References Concept and Development. The original concept of the Zaku was simply a disposable underling, with its name derived from the sound of
Just
a
recently
huge
began collecting
man
vinyls,
or
rocking
many
my ATL
soldiers
P60
marching
XBT
in the
right on.
Japanese term Unified Ideograph.
I
Unified
remember when I
Ideograph
was doing the
Zako,
hunt,
meaning
6 years ago
inferior
or so.
fish, referring to a mediocre
I was looking
quality
at
fish
some
meat
Audio-Technica
considered
turntables.
unsuitable for fine dining, also signifying expendable grunts.
I don't know what led me to this
3,
one, but
4.
I
The
got
Zaku
here.
later became better known as a common military
lie.
machine, symbolizing the
don't
realism of
remember
the Mobile
how
Suit
I made
Gundam
my
series.
decision.
While in previous manga and anime giant robots tended to be the tools of protagonists or villains, often in a monster of the weak format, the Zaku is portrayed as nothing more than another weapon such as a tank or fighter plane that was assigned to pilots. The Zaku is the first mobile suit to feature its parts, a damaged head, and is shown in 3 of the 4 box arts in the 135 UC hard graph line of plastic models made by Bandai, which heavily resembles real battlefields. 5. This militaristic development did not start just recently, but actually started on the first release of Gundam series models in 1980, where military modelers at that time were amazed by the 1/144 scale Zaku model fitting in so naturally when placed next to World War I and World War II on 144 models, and models started to build them like AFVs. 6. The popularity of the first batch of the models spawned the mobile suit variations where the Micha designer Kunio Okawara started designing variant mobile suits that could perform different tasks or adapt to different combat zones. For example, a Zaku specialized for underwater operations. The MS-06 Zaku, the second unit, then became the unit with most variants, 7, 22 alone in the first MSV, all having its own model compared to titular machine, RX-78-2 Gundam's 3 variants. It could be said that the Zaku is the impetus of MSV. 8. The Zaku also had redesigns and variants created by other Micha designers, like the famous Katoki Hajime, who designed the MS-06F2 Zaku the second type F2 for Mobile Suit Gundam 0083, Stardust Memory, and redesigned the Zaku the second ground type and Charge Commander type Zaku for DMG, Master Grade number 97 and 98 Zaku version 2.0. Yutaka Izuibuchi, who is famous for his designs and Pat Labor, designed the MS-06FZ Zaku the second Kai for Mobile Suit Gundam 0080.
Micha.
War in the Pocket. The design of the Zaku II influenced the later designs of the RMS-106 High-Zac in Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam and AMX-011 Zaku III in Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ. The RMS-116H Hobby High-Zac, not a military use but a personal entertainment suit, which appeared in Mobile Suit Gundam. Char's counterattack is also a descendant of the Zaku. Its descendants continue to appear, even in manga stories like the OMS-06RF Zaku used by the Mars Zeon faction in Mobile Suit Gundam F90. 9.
Yeah, wait,
Role
I'm
and
a little
plot. The
confused by that,
Zaku
Kerbal.
II is the most common Zeon mobile suit during the beginning of the show. Although a threat to unskilled characters, the Zaku is ultimately cannon fodder that comes in plentiful numbers for the Gundam. In the Gundam timeline, the Zaku appears as one of the first units created for battle in the series. At the start of the One-Year War, Zaku IIs were the mainstay of Zeon's military. Zaku II quickly becomes inferior to newer and more powerful mobile suits as the war progresses, and by the later stages of the war is considered antiquated, because the Zaku II is the basic military unit of the Zeon forces, and because it is a mass-production mobile suit, there are many units left by the end of the war. These suits survive only to be destroyed en masse to show the power of the newer models.
I have my OBS video stats up,
by
and it
the
says
time
like it's
of
doing
Gundam
well.
Unicorn,
So I think it might actually
over
be
15 years after the One-Year War, Zaku IIs are literally shown as museum pieces. Upon seeing a display model of an old Zaku II, some characters remark upon how outdated it is, while others point out its historical significance as an early example of widely mass-produced mobile suits. Other Gundam series, the Zaku II design has also been included in storylines outside of the Universal Century, in the Cosmic Era series of Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny, where the director Mitsuo Fukuda requested the Micha designer Kunio Okawara to add his Zaku into the story. 11. The ZAKU, ZAFT Armed Keeper of Unity, warrior design became a high-end model in the plot. The ZAKU Phantom is a commander unit. The Zaku series of mobile suits also appears in the CCRF Turn A Gundam as the MS-06 Borjarnen and MS-05 Borjarnen Gavangune Custom, which are excavated MS-06F Zaku IIs and is slightly modified MS-05B Zakai, respectively. Naming history. The original name for this mobile suit as it originally appeared was simply Zaku. 12. In the non-official publication Gundam Century, in which later endorsed by Bandai as a semi-official guidebook, it was named the Zaku II, so as to separate it from the MS-05 Zaku A, originally referred to simply as Old Zaku in the original series. The name was then officially endorsed and all subsequent publications by either Sunrise or Bandai refer to it as Zaku II. 13. Variations. The variants of the Zaku are what gave it a more realistic military feel, and started the later militaristic variation boom of the Universal Century Gundam series, with many units having their own variant designs. 8. Most of these units can be simply classified by the code given to it. There are Type A, B, C, D, E, E3, F, F2,
it's like somewhat
FS,
entertaining.
FZ, G, H, J, K,
but also,
R1, R18, R2,
this puts me like
RD4,
in the least
S,
amount of
T,
hot water
v,
when it comes to like, you know,
Z, and various color scheme featuring different pilots' personal coloring like the World War I Flying Aces. Also,
why does anyone play
official
music
parody
when you could
version
just play
called
TTS?
Zaku is also featured in a few games and manga. Zaku first appeared online as a fan parody, later officially in the Gundam Ace magazine. The unit was a parody of the original Zaku II, but is much cheaper and was mass-produced in a much greater number than the original Zaku II. Its head has the katakana sign Z, the original word for Zeon. It was a single pill-shaped body and head with a mono-eye drawn on it, with rope-like limbs and a mouth like an octopus. A red Char custom version Zaku with a horn antenna is the leader of a large squad of green Zaku, and unknown named horned blue ones are a parody of the MS-07 Golf. MS-06F Zaku II first appearing in Mobile Suit Gundam, The Zaku II Type F is by far the most common variant of the Zaku II seen in the One-Year War, seeing action both on Earth and in space. Overall, more than 3,000 units are known to have been manufactured and deployed over the course of the war. MS-06F2 Zaku II Type F2 first appeared in Mobile Suit Gundam 0083, Stardust Memory, designed by Hajime Katoki. Near the end of the One-Year War, the Zeona Company introduced an upgraded version of the MS-06F Zaku II, called MS-06F2 or Type F2. This upgraded model featured improved armor around the cockpit and a new Minovsky fusion reactor, which was approximately 4% more powerful than the regular F-types. It was also lighter than the previous model, making it more fuel efficient and giving it a longer flight time, as well as overall improved performance. After the One-Year War, F2s were still in use. Some retained by Zeon remnants, as well as units captured by the Federation, which were usually used as aggressor units in squadrons conducting pilot training and mobile suit field testing.
Who are like entering giant versions of the bodies of other actors.
The second last mass production type, Zaku Kai, first appeared in Mobile Suit Gundam 0080. War in the Pocket, designed by Yutaka Izubuchi, developed very late during the One-Year War as part of the United Maintenance Plan. The MS-06FZ Zaku II Kai, a unified ideograph, modified, was an improved and redesigned version of the Zaku II. The United Maintenance Plan was an effort by the Zeon military to simplify the production of their different types of mobile suits by standardizing parts and systems where possible. Due to the MS-06FZ Zaku II Kai's late introduction into the One-Year War, only a handful of the units were produced. Few, if any, of the mobile suits survived the war. Originally, the OVA staff for Gundam 0080 intended for the FZ to be a retcon revision to the Zaku II. The toy arm of Bandai came up with a separate backstory in order to keep selling both the 1979 and the new Jaka as model kits. The picture book Amasera illustrated by the same team still depicts the original concept. 14 MS-06S Zaku, the second commander type designed by Kunio Okawara. The MS-06S Zaku, the second commander type, also known as the Zaku, the second custom in some sources, looks very similar to the normal Zaku. So much so that the Earth Federation can generally only tell the difference from color schemes most pilots apply to their units and the increased performance of this version. The S-Type Zaku II features a squad leader horn that is mounted on the head on the Zaku II, which is used to distinguish squad leaders or higher-ranking pilots from other squad members or lower-ranking pilots. It also featured a more powerful fusion reactor. In turn, the S-Type Zaku II had greater thrust and acceleration. This allowed them to move at speeds 1/3 faster than a normal Zaku II. In the original TV series, it was stated to be 3 times faster, but this was retconned in the movie trilogy to the more reasonable figure. This made it incredibly dangerous in the hands of the ace pilots it was handed out to, such as the Red Comet Char Aznavour, who sank 5 warships during the Battle of Lube during the One-Year War and whose mobile suit was painted in a fade tonality of red and pink. Land-type variations, MS-06J Zaku II ground type appear as part of mobile suit variations, designed by Kunio Okawara. The J-type Zaku II was built specifically for terrestrial operations, and thus lacked space-specific equipment, greatly reducing its overall mass and cost. It also featured a slightly more powerful reactor to assist in its mobility under the full gravity conditions of Earth. Compared to the F-type Zaku, the J-type was better insulated against its environment and could be used in brief underwater operations. Its weapons were the same as its spaceborne counterpart, though a few weapons, such as the 175mm Magella gun, were used only by the land types. JC subtype appears in Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS team, designed by Kunio Okawara. The land battles
if you don't
appearing in the 8th MS
use
Team
a heavier
anime
spring on
were
your spacebar,
portrayed in
then
a
one of
different
things happens.
style in another anime.
It might just
They
feel
were
really,
redesigned
really
similarly
light
to
compared
the
to all the
Master
other
Grade
switches,
Zaku model
or
kits
even
that
worse
had
is that
been
it might
recently
not even be
released,
like
though
strong
with a
enough
few
to
differences.
push your
Originally,
spacebar
the
back up
Zeka and
until
8th
like
MS
it'll
team
hang
were
a little bit.
identified as J-types, but recently this designation was
Okay.
retconned to
I need one more
MS-06JC.
spring, don't I?
The
But I
description
don't
of
know
the
what to
JC
do.
type Zaku on the official
Oh,
8th
I
MS
dropped
Team
one. I
website
found it, though.
describes it as being similar to the J-type Zaku, but with features seen in the 8th MS Team anime, such as the redesigned cockpit and the spiked shield seen in the show's opening. 15. MS-06V Zaku tank first appear as part of Mobile Suit Variations and later got animated in Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, designed by Kunio
Interesting that I just
Okawara.
found it on the floor.
A worker variant appear in Mobile Suit Gundam, the
Spring
8th
length,
MS team,
weight,
designed by
changes
Kimitoshi
resistance,
Yamane.
affects typing style,
As the
bottom up,
one-year
return,
war
yeah.
dragged on, the Zeon forces found themselves
I
in
realized
desperate
halfway
need
through
of
in the end
replacement
it's
parts
subjective, yeah.
for their mobile suits and other weapons. Forced to salvage whatever
Depends
they
on what you're
could,
looking for, what you
inoperable
like,
machines
for
were
sure.
often disassembled for use as replacement parts, new unit designs cobbled together from whatever was available in order to get more combat units to the field. One of the most common variations was the MS-06V Zaku
Okay.
tank,
Finished up with
created for
springs.
mounting a Zaku
Only took
torso,
like an hour,
head
huh?
and arms on the drive base of a Magella attack tank.
I'm a dirty sound
These
switch
units
user, but
were
honestly, I find it
prized
funny
by
how many
Field
people
Commander
contort their typing
Star
style
for
approach just to have the
replacement
sound they
mobile
want.
suits
Yeah, it's
and were used
weird.
for both construction and
I
combat.
understand, yeah.
Reconnaissance
Okay, hold on.
type
Let's
variations,
fix this.
W colon,
Or try
J
to at
colon,
least.
katakana letter za, katakana letter ku, 2, unified ideograph, unified ideograph, unified ideograph, unified ideograph, unified
The hell's going
ideograph.
on?
The reconnaissance models were said to be used to team up with other mobile suits and launch skirmish attacks on enemies and determine by the countering numbers how many forces the enemy had in the area. 16. MS-06E
can't tell if it's
Zaku
more or less
reconnaissance
choppy
type
than
first
before.
appear as part of Mobile Suit Variations and later got animated in Mobile
Alright, I'm
Suit
gonna do,
Zeta
like,
Gundam, designed by Kunio
5 to 10
Okawara.
switches.
The
Maybe closer to 5.
MS-06E Zaku reconnaissance
like,
type,
get
or
myself
just
in that
Zaku
mode, you
Recon
know?
type for short, was designed for scouting and reconnaissance
maybe
missions.
I'll feel better about
These
this tomorrow,
Zaku
and
Recon
then
types,
maybe if I'm
also
able to
known as
somehow
E-types,
finish
mounted specialized camera guns and sensor systems.
before evening, then I might stream the
MS-06E-3
actual
Zaku
Pandora
Flipper
tomorrow.
first appear as part of Mobile Suit Variations,
jamming
designed
out
by
to
Kunio
the
Okawara.
TTS.
Of the 100 or so MS-06E
Or
Zaku
should I go
reconnaissance
until the
types
TTS
that
is
were
done?
built during the one-year war, a handful were further upgraded into the MS-06E-3 Zaku Flipper. The Zaku Flipper was designed to play the role of a reconnaissance and scouting unit. It got its name from the creator because instead of a normal mono-eye head, its head is three-eyed with two large fins, flips next to it as high-powered radar that can even penetrate Minovsky particle. MS-11 Action Zaku first appear as part of Mobile Suit Variations
tell how
and
much
later
I've
got
put this.
animated in Mobile Suit
Deactivate
Zeta
or reactivate the
Gundam,
cam in OBS.
designed
Okay, I'll
by
try that.
Kunio Okawara. The MS-11 Action Jaka, often referred to as Act Zaku for short, is a Principality of Zeon prototype mobile suit based on the MS-06 Zaku II. However, the Act Zaku was introduced too late for the Principality of Zeon. When the Earth Federation forces captured the Peasant asteroid, they obtained
Okay,
the
couple
designs
things I'm
for
gonna
the
look for. I'm
Action
gonna look for where we are
Zaku
right
and
now.
the concept of magnetic joint coating. The Earth Federation would put the Act
Oh, man,
Zaku
we're
into
like-
production for their own use after the one-year war.
I want to say 60%
Worker type
done.
variations, W colon, J colon,
let's
unified
try that for a
ideograph,
sec.
unified ideograph, unified ideograph, katakana letter za, katakana letter ku, 2, MS-06F, MS-06H Zaku mine layer first appear as part of Mobile Suit Variations, designed by Kunio Okawara. The Zaku mine layer is a standard MS-06F Zaku II equipped with a different style backpack. With this new backpack, the Zaku
Oh, I
II
think
is
that did
adapted
it.
to play the role of a mine-laying unit. The new backpack
Right,
houses several drums
try this
filled
now.
with space mines, with 12 mines packed into
That looks
every
like
drum.
way smoother
The
now,
backpack
right?
also has a few additional maneuvering thrusters and carries 5 times the amount of fuel of a standard Zaku II.
That seems way better to
However,
me.
The zaku mine layer requires a special loading area on a Musai to reload, launch, or land. MS-06W Worker Zaku first appear as part of Mobile Suit Variations, designed by Kunio Okawara. The Worker Zaku was a variant on the traditional Zaku design designed exclusively for labor. The unit's cockpit was modified and constructed from the cockpit of a standard construction vehicle, allowing someone without military training to pilot the suit. The suits were fielded in Western Asia until the production was moved towards the MS-06V, which used most of the same parts as the MS-06W. Sikomu test type variations, MS-06Z, MS-06Z-3, Sikomu test type Zaku the second first appear as part of Mobile Suit Variations, designed by Kunio Okawara. The MS-06Z Sikomu test type Zaku the second was the final Zaku variant developed under the MS-16X Bishop plan. 3 test units were created,
I think
but the plan was halted due to a fatal flaw. The suit's incredibly high energy consumption meant that they could only fight for a maximum of 10 minutes. The wire-guided forearms with beam cannons mounted in each of the fingers were almost identical to the ones that would later be implemented in the MSN-02 Xiong. Additionally, the suit's unique weaponry, Sikomu system, and additional apogee thrusters brought the price of the suit up to the equivalent of several Zaku-2s. Post-war insurgent variations, W:/J:, katakana letter za, katakana letter ku2, hiragana letter number, katakana letter ba, katakana letter ri, katakana letter e, katakana hiragana prolonged sound mark, katakana letter si, katakana letter small yo, katakana letter n, ms-21c. Dripsy first appeared in the anime OVA Mobile Suit Gundam 0083, Stardust Memory, designed by Mika Akitaka.
Were played by
after the end of the One-Year War, many of the Zeon remnants that refused to let the war end in anything less than victory retreated from the Earth sphere and went into hiding. While in exile, these renegade fleets slowly built up their forces, plotting to renew their conflict against the Earth Federation.
I think she would make
there
a good
were little
suit.
supplies available to the Zeon remnants, so to build up their forces, the Drusy was built from salvaged parts and mobile suit components, notably the torsos and arms of Zaku, the second F2s. This new machine is a space-only, high-speed interceptor mobile suit. Its standard armaments were light. Most units were fielded with a 40mm Vulcan gun and a beam saber-equipped shield on the left arm, though some have been shown with larger beam Gatling guns. This mobile suit was notably used by the Delaz fleet remnants during the Delaz conflict of 0083, and some would continue to see some use at least another 13 years afterward, in the hands of the Axis fleet during both the Grips conflict of 0087, 0088, and by the fleets in 0096. As a retcon, the Drusy appears as part of the Axis fleet in a dark gray color scheme in the third Zeta Gundam film, and in a pink color scheme with a Gatling gun in episode 3 of Gundam Unicorn. MS-06F, Stutzer version, appear in advance of Zeta, the Flag of Titans, photo novel, designed by Kenki Fujioka. After the One-Year War, the remnants of the Zeon forces upgraded their Zaku the second units to this MS-06F Zaku the second Stutzer configuration to counter the Titans' new machines. As Zeon no longer had any production capabilities for any new mobile suit designs,
or just original, like,
the
other
Zaku the
media.
second
Like, you know, when
was
they made those
enhanced with winch
Goombas
units,
in the Super Mario
which were
movie,
able to
like
launch
a
wire-guided
giant
arm
henchman.
parts that could entangle enemy machines with
Like, it
wire,
made no
or
sense.
throw hand grenades at them while the mobile suit itself remained hidden.
I want, like,
Additionally,
actors playing
the Stutzer
robots.
mounted the MS-14A Gelgoog's beam rifle,
giant
which was powered by an auxiliary generator on its back. Novel version in the Mobile Suit Gundam novel by Yoshiyuki Tomino. Zaku fingers contain laser touch to burn its way through obstructions, and its boosters can bring it to jump to a height of 800 minutes. 17 Descendants of the Zaku the Second series. Although the original Zaku the Second was obsolete by the end of Zeon's War for Independence, its design was frequently revisited in following conflicts. For instance,
sucks? I really
the
wish they made,
RMS
like,
106
they released a
Hyzak,
cut
a
of the
hybrid
first
between
Sonic
Z and
movie
Zaku
with the,
and
ugly
Federation's
Sonic.
GM of the Grips
That would be pretty
conflict,
cool.
the AMX-011 Zaku, the third of the first Neo-Zeon movement, to a lesser extent, the AMS-119 Giradoga of the second Neo-Zeon
Did you have a
movement,
second run of the Zaku,
the
but in the colors of the
AMS-129
other variants of
Girazulu
Zaku?
of the
Ooh,
third
it's kind of like the
Neo-Zeon movement,
EV,
and the OMS-06RF Jaka
like
of the
the
Mars Zeon
Evangelion
Rebellion.
switches.
Popular culture modeling
That'd be pretty
competition. There is an Zaku, My Jaka competition held by Hobby Japan every year, where modelers can only use Zaku models to enter. Celebrating the MG Zaku version 2.0's release, the June and July 2007 edition of
Digital
Dengeki
Sonic
Hobby
Runner for the movie having
magazine
human,
have
like,
listed the
body was so
pictures of
off-putting.
most of the variants, 18, as a
Read the
prelude of
version
their
of that movie.
campaign, katakana letter za, katakana letter ku, unified
I think the OG
ideograph,
Sonic was,
hiragana letter ri, unified ideography,
that was the better Sonic.
Jaka Carnival, name to be determined, where, in 1 month's time, there are already 20 entries to their special invitation campaign. They have accepted entries for the common campaign in the July and August 2007 issue 10, and the results are released in the November 2007 issue.
So Uncanny
19
Valley.
parts collection merchandise like shoulder armor and antenna horn of the Zaku are available in a new series of products by Ban Presto called Parts Collection. For
I like
UFO
how
captures
sometimes, like, it'll
features
go
4 parts of
between,
the Zaku,
like, this article
a
has been going
shoulder spike
between, like,
armor
the
piece
lore
that is a radio,
and then, like,
the
the
body as a
toys.
toolbox, shoulder shield as a clock,
Like
and
the
head
figures
as
and
a
the
light.
models.
The 4 parts can be put together to form a roughly 1/35 scale Zaku. Each part has 3 different colors, and thus users can build different
Oh,
variants.
we're almost done.
Forklift. The 2 forklift trucks
Wikipedia
used in the
needs to cover
Bandai Hobby
everything.
Center in Shizuoka are named MS-06 Jaka and MS-06S Zaku Char's Custom and painted in green and red respectively with a mono eye in the front panel of the truck. 2021 stamps. The Japanese post office released 2 stamps with a Zaku, the second on it, one with a Zaku as the background
they had
and
stamps,
Gundam
rubber
in the
stamps?
foreground. 1, 22, and 1
MF
featuring
ideograph.
Char's Custom Zaku the second. 2, 23 razor blades in
As long as
addition
you
to
don't
the
be that dark
traditional
green or
modeling
deep red.
kits.
Ooh.
The Kai Razor Company has made a Char's Custom Zaku, the second razor blade. 24 cell phone
Gundam.
Sharp have released
My
through
favorite part was when
SoftBank
he said
Japan a
Gundam.
913 SHG type Char cell phone with an MS-06S Zaku, the second commander type, Char's Custom head as the battery charging compartment. The red Xeon symbol in the front cover of the cell phone will serve as the
Gundam.
eye of the Zaku when placed inside. 25, 26 reception. The Zaku design has been described as one of the most beloved and iconic mecha designs from the Gundam franchise. 27.
Oh, we finished! And we did 5 switches. Alright guys, you guys ready for a giveaway? Well, I gotta check if Marbles needs to update again for the billionth time. I apologize in advance if it does. Micha! That was also pretty good. That part was pretty sick too. Oh, I think we're good. Okay. Micha. Alright. So, you know what's pretty cool about this is I got this acrylic paper tray from the Container Store. And it fits like just perfectly over this. Pretty slick. Pretty slick. Not a fan of the stock OP Black 65 gram springs. I'm wondering if it's worth swapping them for 63.5 extreme slow springs. Yeah. I would say so, yes. I would say anytime you can put a longer spring, the better. If you can get extreme slow 2 or extreme slow 3, I would think that would be even better. Just my opinion. Alright. That's nice. Thank you. Okay, let's read. I gotta catch up on some of these messages, don't I? I can't tell if Chris would love or hate this. Let's see what we got here. Keyboard noise graphs. Noise graph? It's I mean, it's a little silly. Glass jar with bamboo lid. Ooh, $3. Let's take a look. TX longs, you want something similar and 75% of the costs. TX long, I think I think TX long is just a tad bit shorter than Slow Extreme 1, if I recall correctly. Just a tad bit shorter. I like my springs as long as possible, personally, but, you know, the longer you could get, the better, I think. But sometimes you can't really get super long, depending on, you know, what the spring came with or what springs are available, all that. Bias against Sprit springs because they're constantly needlessly fancy and not consistently in stock. I see. Yeah, no, I think that the 2-3 stage springs, depending on where you get them, like I think like I haven't really liked Spritz multi-stage springs like at all. Again, it just, the longer you can get, the better. And if you get some long springs anywhere, like say the Switch came with them, if you get them from Kinetic Labs or I don't know, just wherever, it's good. But I think like like personally for me, I most readily like I guess look for Sprit just because I don't know. It just sometimes shows up, and it's ones that I can guarantee are long. Well, here's some Long Boy springs. Oh, I like the sound of that already. Thok Pop. That's cool. That's chill. Okay, guys, are you guys ready for a little giveaway? We gotta show off what we got, huh? For anyone who hasn't been here before, Wuche just put out some super long springs too. Ooh. Okay. For anyone who's just tuning in, anyone who's just discovered the stream today, followed today, all that, we like to run giveaways at the end of the stream, and they're typically junk. They're like, you know, leftover stock springs. They could be like shit that's lying around the house. Sometimes they're even literal trash. But you guys are in luck today because All Hex has sponsored a series of giveaways. He literally just sent me he sent me to this point like something over like 15 artisans. He said like, oh yeah, you could give these away if you want. So if anybody here is interested in a little giveaway, a little marbles race, we got a few things of choice here, about 8 to choose from. We got 3 Aerophants, we got 4 Keymaster Sprouts, which appear to be Animal Crossing leaves, and we got this Butthole. This is a straight butthole keycap. It's inset like a sphincter. So, anybody interested? Y'all like this? You got the 3 Aerophants. One of them is Deadpool themed. So, if y'all are interested, let's get the ball rolling, yeah? Y'all are feeling good. Let's do this. Alright guys, I say if you're interested in playing, getting a little win here, Butthole still has some seasoning on it, vote for your favorite map or your favorite number from 1 to 60. I believe that's the number that we're at. Yes, there we go. Let me also send the here bat call. Kumi Keebs, welcome back. Oh, was this like, hold up. Wait a second. This is how to get it to scroll. I always forget that. I've been leaving this unchecked, I think. There you got 28 Pixels Death Alley in the lead. We'll Let this run another 20 seconds or so. Oh, Frank, welcome back. I'm gonna clean up my tabs here in the meantime. Got too much stuff open. You feel me? Alright. I think we're just about good. Pixels Death Alley it is. Kerbal, I don't know. Oh, Kerbal is back. Is everybody back? Everyone's ready to go? Let's get it. Heard there was a marbles race. I do little back calls and the giveaways come up, so appreciate everybody being here. If you guys are, you know, interested in entering, I'd say smash that follow button, hit that play command. We're gonna go 3.5 minutes. You guys cool with the 3.5 minutes? Let's do 4 minutes. Let's do a 4-minute timer. But welcome everybody. Hope everybody's been doing well. I guess I'll tidy up in the meantime. Got some vinyl to clean up. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream. We didn't quite get close to finishing all these switches, but hopefully, you know, crossing my fingers, I'll get a little bit of it done tomorrow in the daytime, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to run this this build tomorrow. But you know, again, we'll see how things go. We'll play it by ear. Y'all are cool with that? Might be tomorrow, might be Monday. We'll see. About 2.5 minutes left to join. D. Lurkin, hey. Stiletto, welcome. Peter Poppins, welcome back. Who designed the butthole? Evolution. The butthole is hot. Blumbus, welcome back. Loon Switches of Pain. Where are those aquas going on? It's gonna go on this this Pandora. Pearl Keyboards, Kubitschek Pandora. 60%, that's a 60% with a knob. If anyone hasn't seen that before, it's the first time I've seen a rotary encoder on a 60%. It's like on the back edge, like here, or I think it's like right here, rather than it being on the top or the face of the board. So it's being given away. What's the artisan look like? There are 8 artisans to choose from. So whoever wins gets to choose any one of these 8. Real quick, I'm gonna switch back to the top view. But again, anybody out there, smash that follow button, hit that play command. Let's take a look at this. It's one of these 3 Aerofans. You got a choice of one of these 4 Keymaster Sprouts. Or the butthole. The butthole is still up for grabs. So, there you go. Alright. Back to it. There's about 45 seconds left to join, everybody. That is a nice back on the Pandora. That studio does some crazy stuff. Hey, y'all guys, nine people, only 9 people joining. You guys got good chances to win here. So, congratulations in advance to anybody who wins. By the way, also, last place finisher gets to choose our raid target. And if you need some assistance, then we can help out with that too. Hints on who to raid, we'll start pulling those up. But also, it can be anybody, even if you want to go outside of the keyboard hobby. So, Here we go, guys. Early lead goes to Madris. If I'm pronouncing that correctly. Madris with the early lead, but who's going to be the first down the track? Let's find out. Looks like it's going to be... Whoa, Blumbus. Blumbus stole that from a few people here. Alright. Oh, Blumbus crushing it right now. Oh, stopped up. Oh, and here it comes. Here comes Blumbus. Oh, oh my god, it looks like Blumbus is dead. Stiletto? Could be Stiletto. Oh my goodness, a loud brother. What? This is a funny stage, huh? Stopped up, but still has a pretty good lead. Looks like Stiletto just died. A loud brother's looking real good for a loud brother right now, though. Whoops. Looking real good. Oh, 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 he stayed in it. He stayed in it. Kumi Cubes is dead. Oh my god, Madris. Oh, we gotta stop in another forest. Oh, a loud brother's taking it back. Or is it Madris? It's Madris again. Oh, it looks like a loud brother died. Curveball just right back. Oh, it's close. Oh my goodness. Madris with the win. All right, it's still a close race here between How Good Are Keyboards and Peter Poppins for that last place finish. Last place finish again gets to choose the raid target. Can be anybody. In the meantime, Madris, if you're interested, you know, congratulations on this Marbles race win. Are you interested in? This was a fantastic drama. If you're interested in claiming, here I'll just shortly show here this the choices, but we'll see. We gotta wait till the very end here and see if Peter Poppins is gonna make it to the finish before the firewall comes. Looks like he'll get in. So. Peter Poppins, think about who you might want to raid. Meanwhile, let's show off some of the options here. Okay. Congratulations, everybody. All right, let's take a look again, yeah? Madris, one of these 8. If you're interested in any of these, let us know. I think I'm more obsessed with Texie than anyone I know. All right, also, Madris and anybody else who's not in, if anybody could hit that exclamation Discord command. Hop on into the server. You know, we post about, you know, whatever we want to post about, but typically for notifications when I go live and talking about anything. So, green sprouts. The green on green, I'm guessing, is what you're most interested in. Is this the one? You claim this guy right here. All right. Very cool, very cool. Alrighty. Let's take a look and see who is on. Congratulations to Madris. Peter Poppins, if you're out there. Let's take a look and see if we have any hints whatsoever. Backspace Sid, looks like Backspace Sid is on, working on presumably something keyboard related. Take a look at the hobby as well, or the category here. Messina, oh, okay, that's a name I had seen before. Let's check out Messina. All right, I think I got to get through an ad, but let's just let's run it. Let's run it. All right, guys. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here tonight. As usual, appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, like I mentioned, we'll possibly be back tomorrow, but we'll definitely be back by Monday. We'll just kind of see what my progress is like on all these switches. So until then, everybody. Messina? Who? Raid target went to Peter Poppins. Peter Poppins has chosen Messina. English/Filipino streamer building an MK870. Looks like there's some lubing going on. So, guys, appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. Good night from San Francisco. Send some love. Anybody wants to put together a raid message, feel free to do so. Send some love, and I'll see you again soon. Peace, everybody.